What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another new podcast. Got a new batch of video for you guys, and I want you to stick around because each one of these videos is going to get wilder than the next. This one is all about stepping into problems that are not yours. You have to learn to mind your business sometimes. I know, fellas, sometimes we want to get in there. We want to help out women in need, but you have families that you have to get home to. And we're going to check out a couple examples of why you really need to mind your business. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Take a second to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know every time I release a video. And we're a small platform over here, just 33 subscribers. We real humble, but we trying to get to 50. So if you want to be a part of that first fly 50, hit that red subscribe button for me, and also show a little love to the like button. But let's get into it.
At Grand Central Terminal, the victim recovering tonight says he was physically attacked overnight after trying to step in to help a woman who was being verbally attacked. Well, tonight, that Good Samaritan telling his story only to Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger.
He has a shattered eye socket, a broken jaw, a giant gash in the back of his head.
It's not a way to live. I'm not liking the city, my city, and I grew up here. I'm born and raised.
And from his hospital bed tonight, Kenneth Haygood described the encounter he had early this morning while waiting for a 5 train home from work as he stood on the mezzanine at Grand Central.
And then I see a woman over there, very attractive.
Now you hear first thing out his mouth, she is very attractive. He wasn't thinking with his head up here. He was thinking with his head down there when he decided that he was going to step in today.
And by himself. And then all of a sudden, this guy appears, and he starts yelling in her face and waving his arms in her face. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Is he getting ready to hit her or something?
He says he walked down the stairs to the platform, put himself between the man and the woman, and called 911.
It's like, where's he at? I said, he's coming at me right now. He was walking towards me with his, intent. And they said, where's he at now? I said, he's right in front of me.
Kenneth says he was speaking to dispatchers when the man attacked him. The next thing he knew, he was in an ambulance.
You got knocked the fuck out! He has a cranial brain bleed, lacerations in his head, fractures all up and down his orbital bones.
Hours later, his sister Mia got a call that Kenneth was at Bellevue after the man had knocked him down and kicked him repeatedly in the head. Cops quickly caught the assailant, who they say has multiple prior arrests, including at least one assault. The woman didn't stick around.
God damn, he got his ass whooped. I mean, he had an orbital eye socket fracture. His jaw was broke. The back of his head was split open and looked like he got a portal kicked to his thoughts. I mean, seriously, it was not worth it, especially for the danger that woman was in. Because at that point, it was very low level. The man was just in her face. He said, waving her arms and yelling at her. And he didn't know really what was going on. He doesn't know what she might have said, what he might have said. He did not know. He just saw an attractive woman. He stopped thinking and he just jumped in and tried to be a white knight and a simp all at the same time. And he paid for it. He could have gotten killed. He got repeatedly kicked in his head. He got beat the fuck down. And this is why I believe in minding your business. I know, guys, it is innate in us to want to protect women. And we've all heard that growing up. Hey, protect women, protect women, protect women. But sometimes you got to protect yourself because you have a responsibility to get home to the people that care about you and that love you. After he got his ass whooped, she didn't even stay around. She left, never to be heard from again. No thank you card, no nothing. Maybe she'll see the news report and be like, oh yeah, that was the guy. But I doubt it. If you want to help him out, he does have a GoFund Me page available. This is it right here. And right now, they're sitting at a little under $2,000. They have a goal to get to $15,000. Hey, I believe in getting to your goals and striving to reach them. But on this one, I don't know if anybody's going to really help him out here. So I would just suggest minding your business when you're out in public.
Breaking news here. Police are investigating a deadly shooting in DeKalb County. It happened at a gas station along Candler Road. And Channel 2's Steve Gilbach is there live. Steve, you just got an update from investigators there now. What do you know?
Oh, they're still looking for a man and a woman in a car that sped off from this gas station. They were parked at a pump around 2 a.m. this morning when police say that just a bystander here at the gas station was hanging out, saw a couple in that car fighting. He says that the woman was being beaten by that driver, and then the driver supposedly pulled a gun on the man who came up to the car, tried to defend that woman because he saw that fight going on in the car. But that's, again, when they say that victim was murdered here. They were parked right here at one of these gas pumps. And then again, we know that the suspect and the woman who still may be in danger sped off from here. We don't have a good description of that car. Was only told it was a white vehicle, and we have no information on this victim. But again, it sounds like he wasn't even connected to this couple, just saw what was going on here at the gas pump, wanted to defend this woman and stepped in, and now he is dead.
So you see here another situation where a man jumps into something that has nothing to do with him. I beg people to mind their business. In 2022, you don't know what level of violence somebody is prepared for. And if you're not prepared to take it all the way, then you need to fall back. The best that you can do is call the police and keep it pushing, because ultimately your job is to get home safe and sound. And I'll say this. In a situation like this where a man is abusing a woman out in public, I want to say that it's a safe bet that that's not the first time that he's put his hands on her. And unfortunately, she's choosing to be in a situation like that. I know that abuse is wrong, and I don't condone that. And I beg any woman that is getting abused, and any man too, because men get abused too, to leave a relationship immediately the first time somebody puts their hands on you, because after that, you're basically saying, I'm okay with this behavior. As much as you're crying, as much as you're in pain, you're saying, cool, I accept this. And I'll tell a personal story before we move on. I remember I was walking down the street. I was going to my homeboy's house. I was probably, 19 at the time. And I saw this guy and this woman arguing on the street. And he was kind of like pushing her up against this fence. And I was like, oh, something's about to go down. This doesn't look good. But I kept walking. I walked right past him like nothing was happening. And when I turned around, I saw him dragging her across the street. And I was just like, damn, I feel bad for her. But I mean, that's just not, I'm not. I mind my business. I'm going to where I gotta go. That's just how I was raised. And I'm glad that I was, because after I came from my homeboy's house, I'm walking back down the same street. They outside tonguing each other down. So could you imagine if I would have stepped in, got my ass whooped, and later on that night, they over here getting it in? Come on, now it makes absolutely no sense. So I would suggest minding your business, because you get in a domestic situation that you have no idea about. You could get your ass whooped, and guess what? They could both start whooping your ass at the same time. And wouldn't that be tragic? Now, I do often wonder why people stay in these kinds of situations. And I guess for everybody, it's something different. And we're going to take a look at one last clip, and we're going to see why she chose to stay in her relationship. But this has a bit of a twist at the ending. So stick with me. Let's get into it.
Physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was a month ago?
A few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard that correctly, but she just said that she got hit in her face with a shower rod. Keep that in mind.
We've been good. I don't know if, it's since the last time he got out of jail. We've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So...
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talk to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so give or take.
See, now that's just odd to me that a month ago he could be hitting you in your face with a shower rod, but now you're good. Everything's good. He got out of jail. He's taking his classes. He's seeing his parole officer, but everything's good. Sounds like a recipe for disaster. Let's keep watching.
I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it. From him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's...
Then why are you still with him?
Everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him.
Now, this is exactly why I say mind your business. You do not know the history of some of these couples. Some of them have been going through this for a long time now. It's not their first time when you see them out on the street having a domestic situation that you try to jump into and end up getting hurt over it. She's had people in her life ask her plenty of times, why are you still with him? Why do you stick by a man that is such dirt, such garbage? And it's because she loves him. And somehow she thinks she can love and nurture the bad parts out of him and keep all the good parts to herself. But that's not reality. And you don't want to jump in between that kind of chaos and put yourself in a position where you can be hurt, or even worse, it could be your last day here on this planet. Now, I want to say this. She is not exactly a helpless victim. She is a victim. She's not so helpless. I told you this had a twist ending. Here we go.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah.
So that's about all that we need to show on that clip. Apparently, she got him drunk. She knocked him out, stuffed him in the suitcase. She supposedly dragged him up and down the stairs and then left him there overnight. Now, the reason why she is in the interrogation room is because he got rocked to sleep. He's done for. He's not coming back. He is an RIP shirt. He packed it up for the last time. You get the point. He passed away in that suitcase. And I mean, this is the unfortunate thing that happens when you talk about toxic relationships, true toxic relationships like this one, where you have one person that's antagonizing the other, and then in response, that person might antagonize the other person. And it looks like it just got out of hand to the point where somebody paid for it with their life. So all in all, abuse is something that is terrible. It's horrible. You should not be involved in it. I think it takes a real weak man to beat on the woman that he's supposed to be protecting. And if you feel like you're so out of control of your emotions that you have to hit a woman, then you need to leave. it's about that time for you to leave, because there's no reason that you should put yourself in jeopardy, your future, your freedom, over an emotional outburst, something that probably wasn't even worth it in the first place. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this one. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you have anything to say, please leave it in the comments below. And until another time, I'll see you guys later.